Hello and good morning to you all. This is Sari here speaking, and today I'm going to make a monochromatic card with this lovely cheeky shooter from the greeting farm. I have colored her in with some distress ink, and this is actually one of my first or second attempts trying to do so, and I think it's quite nice to actually try different things out. Eventually you will have mastered that skill as well. So let's just take all of this away, and I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to manage this one. As you have seen lately, I have become really fanatic when it comes to using corrugated paper. This is just regular corrugated paper that you can actually use from a box that you're getting or something that you have wrapped around a piece of glass or something. I think it's quite nice. And since I chose to color this cheeky shooter girl in brown colors, I'm actually going to make it work with these different kinds of die cuts. As you can see, I have used a scalloped, an oval shape for this one, and then a scalloped oval, and also another lovely oval shape. And I'm going to mount these together with some double-sided foam tape, and I think I'll just get started with these. Like so. And I like to use this double-sided foam tape just because it gives it some kind of height and interest to the card. I tend to like that more than those flat cards. So after having discovered the 3D foam tape, just can't do without it now, can I? So, as I'm thinking of putting this together, I'm thinking that since I'm using this piece of paper here, this is so lovely, it's the same paper actually that you saw on the beige here, and I just cut the edges with a punch, and then I'm putting on some cork. Yes, you heard me right, some cork, and I have fastened those two together with a tiny attacher. And when it comes to fastening this one to the corrugated paper, I'm thinking that the stripes of the corrugated paper should go that way, and that makes it easier for me to just get some kind of thing going on here instead of doing it like this, because then I think that that would just disappear. So I'm just going to use it like that. But before I do that, I'm actually going to ink it down with some ink. I'm just grabbing an ink pad here, and I'm just dragging it along randomly, and I think in that way actually gets a little more interest to the page. So I'm just going to fasten it like this, but I'll actually start with this one, and I'm going to continue using that tiny attacher because I just find it so much more easy fastening it on this corrugated paper, because it's got its raised parts and everything, so I think it's a little bit more easy. So I've come this far now, haven't I? So, and on the back side of this one I've also put some double-sided 3D foam tape, and that is just because I got this centerpiece here and I want this to be equally high up. So I'm thinking this will look pretty nice. I'm not sure if this one will stick to the corrugated paper. If it doesn't, I suppose I have to go back and put some glue with my glue gun. So I think I'll just put it sort of in the center, like so. And then I'm actually ready to assemble this one to the card. Could, of course, if I wanted to put a metal corner from Tim Holtz or something there, but I think I'll just leave it as it is. I sort of like the look the ink on that corrugated paper it gives. It's a nice finish, I think. So I think I'll just go ahead and glue it down or tape it down. And as you can see, I'm just trying to leave a nice frame around the corrugated paper there. And then we come to the fun part, and that is actually just to start mounting all of these flowers. If I can remember how I had planned them. I have also stamped the word POW and BAM, and I have cut them out with some with a tag punch actually. Looks like this, and it's easy to just punch out a piece of paper and stamp on it, or actually do it beforehand if you want to. So if one wants to, I'm sure you could make a hole here and just put a string through it, just so you have even more things happening on this sort of card layout, but I think I'll just leave them like that. And this time I'm actually going to use my glue gun to mount these there, and I'm putting them under that die cut there because I just want different kinds of levels on this card. So I'm putting them a little bit askew like that, just pressing it down. This is pretty thicker paper, so I'm not afraid of getting burnt. So if I recall correctly, I mean, as you can see, I actually didn't get a full figure of this. A piece of the hat is missing, and that is the reason why I wanted to cover all of that mistake up with some flowers. So when it comes to these rose buds, I have cut them to 2 different lengths, as you can see, and the meaning of this is of course that I can actually just put them under here in 2 different heights or lengths, I'm sorry. So I'm just supposing or guessing where they'll end up, just playing around with this, and in order to make them stick I'm going to use my trusted friend, the glue gun. Yep, once more. I think that will be pretty nice. So I'm keeping the roses there and I'm adding on some glue like so, and with a twist or twirl that will actually stay in place, and then I'm going to use the same glue to press this rose down, and the same thing goes for these, and I have to be ready for something else then, I suppose. A good blob of glue there will help me keep it in place, I'm sure. Well, now I can't remember in what order I had these, and just have to improvise. It doesn't stick, it wasn't enough glue there, I suppose, so I have to go in with some more. And the reason for this is of course that there are some raised edges on this card, so I need to press it down pretty nicely, like so. So the strings you get from this glue gun is a little bit annoying, but I learned from Tim Holtz that you could actually just use the heat gun afterwards, and the heat will actually make them absorb or just make them disappear. So when it comes to making the decoration down here, I think it was something like this, and since these flowers come with a green stem, I'm actually going to make use of that. I'm not going to hide it away now, am I? So I think I'll just make that as a part of the decoration. I'm not sure you can see what I'm talking about, but the green stems there, as you can see, I think they contribute quite nicely to these cards. So I'll just go on gluing them down, but I'll need to add some more glue to this glue gun here. Easily done like so. You just keep pressing and it'll start working by itself soon enough. Just put put some glue there and put it down. And the other one. I think it's quite fun to challenge yourself sometimes with different kinds of layouts and color combinations and even coloring techniques. I must say that I really do admire those who color with distress strings, because for me it's pretty difficult because I'm not that artistic, but I'm trying to get there. So nearly done with this one. I just love these brown roses, they are so beautiful, and I'm happy to have them in different color schemes and color combinations. So let's see, what can we do? As you can see, this is they're pretty easy to take away sometimes, but a bit annoying when you're working with these cards. So what could I do up here on the other side? I think I'm going to make use of the different colors here as well, and just make those green coils go the other way. I think this is going to be pretty nice. Lovely brown colors. Just pressure it down like so. Just keep the pressure there for a couple of seconds. So should I just leave it at that? I think it's quite nice. So as for the heat gun, let's see if I'm correct. As you can see, the heat actually makes them disappear. So I'm actually following a sketch with this one. It was a simple sketch just like this, and this is my way of interpreting a card or a sketch. And I like making cards pop a little with both flowers and dimension with these 3D foam tapes and everything. So I could of course finish this one off with a bit of glitter, and I'm thinking of using stickles. Stickles come in quite a few color combinations here, but can't really reach all of them here because it's a bit crowded, so I think I'll just have to stick with either diamond or diamond. My goodness, I've got 4 diamonds here, you know. Stardust, I think it's a little bit too blue, so I'm not really interested in that one now. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I think that the diamond is one of my favorites. I mean, hence 4 of them. So I'm actually just going to shake it down and put a little bit of glitter here and there. And when it has dried, it sparkles and glimmers, and it'll make this card just beautiful. Make those roses stand out just a little bit, the way that I like it. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. It's so typical of me. Well, as you can see, I'm just using the stickles bottle here and just putting it a little bit here, a little bit there. Really not that particular about where it ends up. Just happy to get it there. So, of course you could do more with this if you wanted to. You could put some stitching on the BAM tag here or the POW tag. You could go on decorating the inside of the card, and perhaps I'll do that later. But as for the time being at 14 minutes now, I'm actually going to stop here. So this is my way of making a card and following a sketch. I hope you have a splendid time until I see you the next time. So I'm signing off right now. Bye bye.